I'm Rob Wheely, and I'm the CEO of Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists. We're the world's largest provider of wheel refinishing, remanufacturing, and wheel replacement. My dad was a car enthusiast, always working on cars of his own and new projects. That passed down to me, and it still grows with me today. Wheels have become the jewelry of the car. People want their wheels to look nice. We provide basic refinishing of wheels. We have remanufacturing facilities that provide extensive repair. We also have put all of our processes through an independent facility that's accredited. You can find those certifications on our website. We do it all. You bring your wheel to us and we'll figure it out. We strive for not just customer service experience, but customer excellence. We want to wow them so they come back each and every time. All of our technicians are trained and certified. We even have a master training course. It's important to love what you do. It's important to make employees feel a part of the team, and they're seeing the same rewards as you do. That's what helps us accomplish our goal. Everybody's our customer. The retail public, dealerships, body shops, insurance companies, warranty companies. We have a claims department. We're the ones that they call to come in and repair it. So if you find yourself in need of wheel refinishing, wheel repair, wheel replacement, or if you just want to custom color your wheels, give us a call. We'll help you find the right location, or you can go to our website. There's a locator on there to find the location closest to you.
Hello everybody and welcome in to Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing. Tonight we kick off the first race of the season. It's the Clash here at Daytona. Drivers getting ready. The FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series presented by Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists. Practice about 20 seconds left. Everybody really excited to go. We're going to have 20 drivers going at it tonight at the high banks. Looks like topping the charts in practice though. It's going to be Alan Pajari. First time doing this league, so a lot of new guys. We're going to get to know them all throughout the season, but this first race, we might pronounce a couple of names wrong. We'll make sure we have those guys correct me. Have it right for next week. Everybody wrapping it up. The white flag is out for practice. That means we are headed to qualifying. Pole going to be very important tonight. Keep yourself up front. Avoid any trouble. 50 laps is a long way around this giant track, but at the same time, not as many laps as we are going to see in the race. The Daytona 250 is the next race. That one will be twice the distance. And let's see who decides to hit the track first here in qualifying. It looks like it is going to be Jeff Marble in the 15 car. Driver out of Akron, New York. Fast Track owner, you see it there. Sure, we'll see Jeff Marble hit the track at some point as well, but we can pull up the track map for you. And I know sometimes people think qualifying maybe not too exciting. There's a lot that goes into qualifying, a lot more than you would think. This first lap, as we're going to see Jeff really charge his momentum up, get all the speed he can, running that top lane. Once he gets to the start-finish line, it is 2 laps, but usually that first lap is when you're going to have to get it. That's when the tires still have the most grip. If you wait till that second lap, you're not going to run as fast. So I think we'll see Jeff dive down to the apron here. Sure enough, there he goes. Actually, never mind. Looks like he is going to stay up this lap. These guys know more than me. I think I would have dove down to the apron this lap, but I think he will ride around this middle groove. Save it for his second lap. You aren't as much speed as you can get out of the car on that first lap. And truly enough, as what we can see in the truck series, usually will go for it on the first lap. Not the case in these next gens, which are a lot more exciting at these restrictor plates. You can really bump, lock up, tandem draft even, if you will. And now we see the 37 here. Brian Conklin, Chesterfield, Virginia. Nobody got their lap up just yet. That will come on the second lap. That's why that scoring tower on your left is empty. How about Todd Shiro? 3-car. Looks like Tyler Marble has also made his way out on track. Right now, though, topping the board is going to be Andrew in the 36 car. Now, he's going to get that taken away by Sean Kaltenbach. In that one lap, you get one shot at it, basically. When you charge up that first lap, that second lap, you're hoping it can be perfect. Let's see if we can catch anybody who has not ran their lap yet. And we'll take a ride on board here, actually, with Jeffrey Souza. See what he's looking at here. He's coming to what I think should be his first lap this next time. Still riding that high lane. Watch how smooth his hands are. You see that wheel barely moving. These cars like to bite, snap a little bit off the turns here at Daytona. Don't really have to worry about that in the Xfinity or Truck Series, but in these next gens, coming off the turn, the car almost wants to slide out in the back end just a little bit, gets real light. And watch how nice of a job Jeffrey can do here holding this yellow line. Want to stay as tucked down to it as you can. Some guys have different lines out of the turn. Looks like they are just all going to hug it. I do see some guys will actually pull up just a little bit off the turn. Ride a battle lane up on the backstretch, which you actually see Jeffrey kind of doing right here. Keeps you from scrubbing off that extra half to a mile an hour. And that can make up 1 to 2 tenths sometimes at these tracks. Taking the pole now, though, is Alan Pajari. Followed by Todd Shiro, second. Brian Conklin, third. About a minute left here in qualifying. Remember, it is a 20-car field tonight. We'll talk more about it. But 14 of those drivers have qualified so far. Jeffrey finishes it up. Puts himself on the top of the board, though, so how about that? You got a free ride if you want to know how to get the pole. You just saw it right there. Tracy Powers out of Atwood, Tennessee, in the 25 machine. These guys get pretty fast, too, even by themselves. Pull up the dashboard there for you on the bottom right. You see it about 180 down the backstretch. You might pick up another mile an hour. See 181, maybe just peaking 182, and then he's going to lose a little bit through the corner. And he is going to be able to finish this lap up. We'll see if he can take the pole from Mr. Souza right now, but I don't know. Jeffrey ran a really, really fast lap. 49.8 seconds. Let's see what Tracy can get here. Not going to be able to steal the pole, it doesn't look like. But does keep himself in the top 3. That is going to pretty much wrap it up for qualifying, so we're going to get set to set the grid for tonight's clash at Daytona. If you are just joining in, you're watching the Green Ghost on Ghost Racing Network. It's the FastTrack Cup Series season opener. Stay tuned. Looks like everybody is getting ready to grid up here. We'll give them a chance to all get out on track. They usually get about 2 minutes to get all their things situated, get on track. We are going to see a lot of aggressive pushing tonight. The Clash is a good chance for these 20 drivers that are in it to really kind of see what their cars are going to do. Maybe work with some of their teammates, get ready for the big race, Daytona, the start of the season. This one kind of like pre-race Thunder. You could take a little bit more chances in this race than you can next week. So if there's anything you're wanting to try it now before it's too late. We are going to make a quick audio adjustment here. Do let me know for anybody out there watching how everything sounds, if it's too loud, too quiet. what the deal is. I'll tell you what's kind of interesting right now. Get to it. Here we go. Some good looking paint schemes in the field. Everyone's still gridding up. But yeah. Don't even know what all we're going to have to talk about tonight. Just so many storylines that'll start, kind of develop throughout the season. But you see a couple alloy wheel repair specialist paint schemes. See a ghost paint scheme. Either way, let's get right into it. Let's get into your starting grid for tonight. Stealing the pole in the Clash, 50 laps here at Daytona, is going to be Mr. Jeffrey Souza. Starting second on the outside pole is going to be Alan Pajari. Third is going to be Tracy Powers. Fourth place is going to go to Todd Shiro. And fifth is going to be Brian Coughlin. Sixth, Tyler Marble. Seventh is going to go to Jeff Marble. Eighth, looks like this is going to be, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but it's going to be Sean Kaltenbach. Ninth is going to be Joshua Watson. 10th, Richard Elliott. 11th is going to be, it looks like Glenn Grigsby. 12th, Andrew Niedert. 13th, Brian Watson. 14th, Austin Fitzgerald. 15th, Ryan Haynes. 16th is going to go to Johnny Zuck, I do believe is how you would say it. 17th is going to go to Carl Dotson. 18th, Scott Glasso. 19th is going to go to Jeff Shutt. And rounding out the field in 20th is going to be Danny Gutierrez in the 08 car. Let's talk about your race info. A lot of you probably know where we're at, but it's Daytona International Speedway. Big 2.5 mile super speedway with a tribal heavy banking in the corners over 30 degrees. Wind not going to be a factor today, partly cloudy. It's the FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series. Tonight's event is 50 laps, 100% fuel, 3 sets of tires, no fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers. And this is an open setup league. A lot of leagues that I've done have been fixed setups, so this is a little different, but it adds that skill factor. Usually we see cleaner and better drivers in these open setup leagues. So this has me excited. We are getting ready to go green, though. Pace car, he's ready to go. Let's give another shout out to your pole sitter. And a 49.8, Jeffrey Souza. And we will see who's going to be aggressive early, who's going to sit back. What do you want to do? We got 24 people watching. They're ready to go. Pace car takes a hard left turn. Souza takes the green flag. We're racing here at Daytona. Pretty good start from both lanes. Ford car, though, doesn't have any help on his bumper right yet. The backstretch is going to be a big factor. Something about these next-gen cars, though, is when they link up, you really only need 2 cars. You can push for about half the track, and once they get hot, they're really easy to cool down. You just got to get about a foot, maybe a couple feet off the bumper. Down the backstretch, though, the first time where we're going to see the momentum. Looks like the outside has it. The 25, though, is a little bit closer. That's Tracy Powers and the Ghost Machine, but the outside got clear for just a moment. Allen thought twice about it. Doesn't go down low. Still 2x2 throughout the whole field. Working their way off turn 3 for the first time. That outside looks like it's got the momentum now. Across the line, the first lap is going to go to Alan Pajari. Now he drops low, thinks twice, has to pull back up top in front of the 3. Todd Shiro maybe thought he wishes he would have dropped down. Either way, though, you can push in the turns with these cars. Everybody being really conservative right now. You can actually see it there. Nobody really locking bumpers just yet. But as this race goes on, we will certainly see that. 100% fuel in these cars, I believe they can make about 40 laps. Somewhere between 35 and 40 would be the fuel until I'd put it at. So these guys are going to have to make a pit stop. It's just a matter of when do you want to go. 48 on the outside, Tyler Marble now pushing the 34s. We saw the 3 of Todd Shiro able to drop down. Further back, looks like we got a couple people that just dropped off the pack a little bit. That would be Jeff Shutt and Johnny in the 72. I think they're just riding right now. They know we still got quite a ways to go. Don't want to be too aggressive too early. Get yourself in trouble. Carl Dotson, he's hanging out back here in the 29. To his outside is the 08, Danny Gutierrez. It looks like, oh, we got one in the wall up here. Can't tell who it is. Looks like it might have been Tracy Powers. Let's go see if we can find out who, not Tracy Powers, excuse me. Didn't mean to say Tracy. Further back, looks like That's going to be Sean Koltenbach in the 2. Let's go see what happens here. Actually, back this up down the backstretch real quick. Like Sean got the wall up just up in the middle of the turn here. Oh, wow, the 3 with his hands full. Oh, we had big contact. This actually starts a little bit more up front. And it looked like it started with the 25, so let's see what happens with the 25 here. Yeah, Tracy Powers was the first one involved, so I do take it back. Let's check one more time here before we go back live. What happens here? See the 25. Oh, so the 3 got maybe tapped by the 4, a little loose in the turn. That sends it back up. Does an amazing job of saving it. Then when he comes back up, that sends the 25 up into the 2. He gets in the wall pretty hard. So does the 01 of Joshua Watson. Everybody keeps it together, though, somehow. Let's go back live, though, now. This is going to hurt a couple drivers. And you see how much they've all single-filed out because of it. First place still being held by the 34 of Alan Pajari. Second, Tyler Marble. But third here, this is where the gap got created after everybody had that little stack-up effect. It's being led by the 01 Joshua Watson. Shouldn't have any problem chasing down this pack, especially with this single-file line. Everybody going to stay in line. And the top lane, usually where the most momentum comes from. These cars can run faster up top. You're already seeing that, I think, up front. Once they catch those 2, they might try to make a move to go by them. But everybody did single file out pretty quick. Got a couple people trying to get the bottom lane working here. Looks like the 29, Carl Dotson. And now we see Tracy Powers also going to jump to the bottom. The whole line going to try to go by what was your 2 leaders. If they can link up here, they might be able to hold a little bit of position until everybody decides to go back to the outside. But right now, they have no help. Richard Elliott now takes over the lead pusher. He's got Joshua Watson out in the lead. I think you want to be on that top lane, though, if you had to choose somewhere to go. And we are going to see that 48 really link up to the bumper of the 34. They're going to make a lot of progress in a hurry here. But you see the advantage here. These front 2 are locked up. And look at the gap they can create. That outside wasn't able to get locked up on the backstretch. And they stretched it out. You can push in the turns. I know we noted it, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. Can't do that in any other series, but with these, it's almost like once you get on the back bumper of the car in front of you, the car just kind of likes to stay there. Doesn't really want to move around unless you kind of make it. 7 laps through here. And we already have 1 car a lap down. It is going to be Sean Keltenbach. That damage, he's hoping for a caution. Remember, no fast repairs. So an incident like that early can affect your whole race, and that thing's pretty beat up. We'll see if we can take a look at the right side of it here as he comes around. Team Watson Racing setup. Shout out to them. They are one of the sponsors here of Ghost Racing Network. Yeah, it's on the right front. Worst place to have your damage is on the front. If you have it in the back, you can usually survive it. Not the case, though, when it's in the front. But everybody's kind of calmed down since then. Now we're going to see a move, though, from the 4 car. It's Jeffrey Souza. As we come to complete 8 laps so far here tonight. Let's do a NASCAR clash. Crank it up. Here we go. And that is going to do it for tonight's segment of Crank It Up. I hope everybody did enjoy that there. Now, they were coming up on a lap car. That was Sean. He decided to bring it into the pits. I think he's had enough for tonight. Going to try to get that damage repaired first. And that is really going to affect him. He's going to need a lot of help here throughout this race to have any chance. These guys have been dicing it up a little bit now. Now we're going to see a battle for the lead. The 01, Joshua Watson, going to try to go right around that 34 of Alan Pajari. And I really thought maybe we'd see a train start to form up top. Hasn't been the case just yet. Side by side since the drop of the green just about. Joshua Watson takes the lead on the outside. Him and the 02, Richard Elliott, have been working pretty good together. Behind them is the 04 of Brian Watson. Rounding out your top 5 right now is Andrew Niedert in the 36. Wonder if we will see early pit stops or later pit stops from these guys. No way for sure anybody can save enough. You see on the backstretch there, the 36 gets right to the bump of the 34, and just like that, they're back up here in charge of that inside line. Haven't really seen any 3 wide yet. Nobody's trying to get that third lane working. Everybody's still trying to get a feel for each other and the track. Being in the daytime here, that track's going to be a little bit slicker than it normally is if it's at night. And these cars, once they get on old tires, they don't handle too well. You got to really work that steering wheel. Can't make any sudden moves, especially out of the turn. That car becomes unloaded. That's the worst time to do it. Can really stall someone out in these cars. The side draft, especially in iRacing on these, is really effective. You can get a guy all the way back, get him loose. And those two on the outside tandem right up. And just like that, they're going to grab the lead. Don't know if they'll decide to drop down low. Looks like they stay high for the moment. Joshua knows he's got a good pusher behind him. Knows the momentum can stick with that top lane as long as they work it right. He might be trying to pull him with him before he does decide to dive low. 13 laps through so far tonight. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series presented by Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists. Pre-race thunder, the season opener, but the real season is going to start next week at Daytona for the Daytona 250, 100 laps, the biggest race of the year. Everybody going to want that one, but before they can get there, a lot of people wanting to get their hands on the trophy for this one. A lot of exciting things for the FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series this year. Brought on a lot of new sponsors from what I heard from Jeff Marble, including Butt Kicker as well. There's a couple other ones. Some of those, though, mainly being held to the No Bull 5. Kind of like the Dash for Cash, if you know what that is. Going to be a series of 5 races. Drivers will have a chance to earn some money. But a Butt Kicker will be given away at the end of the season. Getting excited for that. Going to spice up the racing just a lot more than what we normally see. And this top lane's starting to form a little bit now. The 01 looks like he's kind of right in the middle right now. Maybe trying to drag everybody down to the bottom. But I think he's going to want to stay on that top lane. It's really working for him. If you're going to get a run on that bottom, you're really going to have to push. Let's take a look further back in this pack. Glenn Grigsby, currently the last car in the pack. Right in front of him, he's got Jeff Marble, league owner. Scott Glasso in the 4 car. Don't have to make a move just yet. I think a lot of people will try to just ride around until we get to that first pit stop. 2 wide action here. Pretty common, but I don't think we'll see any of that 3 wide until we make it to that first pit stop. 01 though, it's been in charge of this outside lane, and that bottom, they've got up here, but they really haven't been able to get clear of the top. Later, once we really start seeing the push and become a factor, that's where it's going to get a little interesting. The 34 gets clear just for a second, though. Wasn't able to jump up top. Sometimes you think the bottom is the best place to avoid a wreck. The top is going to be the fastest around. Unlike Talladega, though, here at Daytona, the start-finish line in the middle of the triangle, not after it. And that can play a role. Sometimes the bottom can be the place to be coming to the line, whereas Talladega, you almost guarantee yourself a good shot if you got a good pusher behind you on the top lane. The 36 gets right to the bumper. So does the 02. You see him actually kind of push. Let's take a ride on board for a lap or so with this 02 car so you can see what I'm talking about. Richard Elliott here. And watch when he gets to the bumper. These things square up a little bit nicer on the straightaway than some of the other series. You can really kind of do a little bit more of a bump than just slightly getting on their bumper and then pushing. See it there. He's able to push him in the tri-oval. Even in the turns here. See how he offsets a little bit on the right side. What you definitely don't want to do is get slightly offset to the left side. So Richard doing a nice job making sure that doesn't happen. That is how you get the guy in front of you turned around. If we have a driver go around in a pack this big, it's spell disaster. How about this paint scheme though on the 34? It's Alan Pajari, the big gut. Good looking paint scheme there. Field starting to spread out a little bit. Can bring up the track map though and show you what you're looking at. Everybody's still up in this main pack. This pack is not nearly as tight as we will see it be later. And it looks like, unfortunately, Sean Kaltenbach has retired from the race. Such a shame. Everybody that's out here tonight, they know it's always good to get some momentum going before the actual season starts here in the preseason. The two not going to have a chance at it tonight, though, involved in that early incident. And these two still controlling the field. Does anybody have anything for him? If that 04 gets clear, what does he do? Does he drop down this 34? If he can get clear, does he decide to move up? What is everyone thinking? We are approaching lap 20 here in just a couple laps. Everybody's staying nice and tight up front, though. And finally, the 34 and the 36 got clear. Looked like they thought about going up top. They stay down for just a moment. That's the power of really linking up. You saw them get bumper to bumper for just a second. But once they tagged on, they didn't let go until they got all the way to the lead. And now you're going to see a big charge from this top lane. Watch it from the spotter view here. You can really see the momentum swing. Oh, the 02 wasn't quite able to link up to the 01. Now he does. And watch these two here. Head of steam finally starts charging. They will be up here in no time. 02 backed off into turn there a little early. I guess he decided maybe didn't want to get quite on the bumper of Joshua Watson just yet. The 36. Andrew Niedert. Will he try to go to the outside and make a move on the 34? Does he stay in line right now? And what I heard from last year, these guys, they like to go green quite a lot. Always makes the racing better when we have these long green flag runs. Throws a lot more of the skill factor into it. We know anything can happen here at tracks like Daytona. We saw the 01 getting real aggressive on the back end of the 34. Look at the distance they're putting on that inside line. Let's actually see if we can check out the speed here real quick. Get the dashboard then the bottom right. Almost 200 miles an hour going into turn 3. And they got about 5-6 car lengths on the 36 of Andrew Niedert on the inside when they did that. That's the power of the tandem in these next-gen cars. I know a lot of people don't really like them. But they can be very effective in their own ways. Super Speedway package, not what a lot of people like. It is a lot easier to lose the draft in these cars than it is in any of the other series. So you do have to be careful about that. But right now, 19 cars on the lead lap, and they are all up here in the main pack. I think if you're 10th on back right now, you're just playing it careful. If you're top 10 and up, you're trying to get to the front. 34, though, leading him on the outside. He's got Joshua Watson behind him. Third is currently Richard Elliott. Fourth, Brian Watson. Rounding out the top 5 is Danny Gutierrez in the 08. But you see how this inside's falling back. Part of this is because the 4 rather, Jeffrey Souza hasn't really decided to lock onto the 36. You can push with just the air in these cars. You get real close. You don't have to necessarily lock on to make progress. If you want to make a lot of progress in a quick amount of time, that's what you're going to want to do. Cars starting to dance around a little bit more now. Remember, we have gone green so far since we started this race. That's 22 laps on this set of tires. Late in this run, handling's really going to become a factor. I don't think we'll see anybody take tires, though, on the pit stop because they aren't going to need that much fuel to make it. Might be able to squeak out 2 tires. I don't see anybody taking 4, though, especially if we pit under green. Just going to lose too much time. Just have to be more careful out on the track and the way you push. Oh, we got one up in the wall just a little bit. That's the 25. Tracy Powers. Tracy's been up in the wall a couple times today. The first one not of his doing. This one looked like just tapped the wall a little bit on the top. No damage. Should be fine. These cars are pretty durable until they're not. Kind of weird the way it works. You can take a lot of damage in these cars without it affecting you. Unless it's in the suspension. Because the other side of that is it is really easy to break the toe link in these cars. One solid hit to the outside of the inside wall breaks the suspension, and that is an automatic meatball. You got to get that fixed. And that is at least like a 4 to 5 minute repair just to fix the toe link. The top lane, though, still prevailing here is the 36. Andrew really hasn't been able to get anything going. Now we see the 4 get on his bumper. We'll see if they can get anything going right here. 48. It's Tyler Marble. Haven't talked too much about Tyler so far tonight. A couple of these guys we haven't said too much about. Driver out of Buffalo, New York. 25. Tracy Powers really struggling right now. Looks like maybe just kissed the wall again. He might be thinking about dropping to this inside lane. Got involved in an incident earlier. And sometimes with these cars, when you just get up, even if you just touch the wall, the car doesn't want to come out of it. Just wants to stay up there. You really got to crank the wheel. But if you crank it too much, come back down into traffic. And slowly but surely, this line is continuing to single file out up top. But now we see a move from the 29. Carl Dotson, he drops down low. We'll see if anybody follows. No one does. He is going to fall all the way back until he can find some help. Not going to get any right now, though. We are halfway through the clash here at Daytona. World Center of Racing hasn't disappointed so far. Now it looks like Jeff Marble going to try to get it going with this 37 car. I know it's only 2 of them, but if they can get together right here, they can make a lot of progress down this backstretch. Let's see what happens here. Not able to do it just yet. One thing we haven't seen much of either tonight, I talked about earlier, is that side drafting. It is really effective, and I think we'll see it towards the end of this race. At these super speedways, if you lean your right front on the left rear. Oh, the 29 gets out of shape. Back up on the track. That's Carl Dotson. Wow, what a save from the 29. Keeps it together. And this is a factor of these old tires. These cars are starting to really become a handful. Let's go back and take a look here real quick. Wow, what a save from the driver, the 29. I thought for sure he was coming back up in the middle of the field. He didn't, though. Holds on to it. Let's see what happens here. He's already out of shape right here, so we'll back it up just a little more. All right, let's watch here. Watch it in slow. Oh, looks like he gets up into the swallow. They're running really fast. He can't put too much wheel in it. Gets up, is trying to turn back down, and you see the back end just kind of coming around. He's already got the front tires back towards the right. Chases it down, gets on the apron. That is a very abrupt transition. Not an easy thing to do, but how about the save here from Carl Dotson? Keeps himself and the field under green. Not going to have to worry about using a fast pair under the pit stop either. Let's go back live, though. And we may have had our first caution, sure enough, of the night as we were checking out the replay. Got a couple drivers here crashed. What happened? Let's go take a look. First, let's see who all was in this. They are still wrecking back here. The 02. Richard Elliott was involved. Looks like Tracy Power. Oh, and it looks like Richard. Oh, yeah, that toe link on that thing is destroyed. You see it crab walking there. The right front. That might be a night ender for him. Let's go see what happened here to bring out your first yellow flag of the night. We were taking a look at the save by the 29, and we missed what happened here. Not sure where this starts. We'll go to, here we go. Oh, and it looks like they're already wrecking right here. This is going to start up front with the 02 of Richard Elliott. See, he's behind the bumper. Oh, a little stack-up effect. Gets a tag here from the 04. Can't really bump that hard in the turns sometimes. That sends him down the track. Oh, and now he's going to go back up. Oh, huge hit into the outside wall. That's going to destroy the toe link on the right front. And now it's going to start collecting a couple of these guys. Oh, wow. Wow, this collected a bunch of them. I did not realize how many guys got taken out. This looks like the big one. This took out a lot of the field. A lot of these guys are at least going to have to fix some of the damage, if nothing else. Let's go back and watch this one more time and see just how many guys this collects. Oh, my. I did not think. Watch the 04 here. You see how close he is. We can actually do a little more. So the 04, they check up a little bit. Boom. Right there. The 02 goes down. Then he gets hooked again by the 04 up the track. 34's in at 36. 37 gets turned around. Wow. Huge hit by the 39. That's Ryan Haynes. Just nowhere to go. That's how quick things happen here at Daytona. We may not have a lot of drivers left after that one. Let's go back live and see how this played out for the field. You see a bunch of these drivers on pit road with no fast repair. It's going to be a night ender for a couple of them. Your current leader, though, is going to be Jeffrey Souza in the 4 car. He's got 96 here on the standing, so it confuses me just a little bit. Jeff Shutt, second. Carl Dotson, third. Fourth is going to be Alan Pajari, still sitting on pit road. Fifth, Tracy Powers, still sitting on pit road as well. '72, Johnny Mitchellzuck. Mitchellzuck, I think I'm pronouncing his last name right. It's a little bit of a hard one to pronounce. 72 machine. Doesn't look like he's got too bad of damage. Got to be careful there. Almost got up on the track a little early. You can get a penalty for that. We still have a bunch of guys. Only 10 guys on the track right now. The rest still on pit road. So we'll have to see who all comes out and who has what sort of damage. 23 to go, though. This is going to get everybody the rest of the way on fuel. So now it is going to be a sprint to the finish. I think we'll go green with 20 or 21 to go. If you're just tuning in, get comfortable. We got a good one here on store for you. It's the FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series presented by Alloy Wheel Repair Specialist. The Clash at Daytona, the only preseason race before the Daytona 250 next week. Biggest race of the season. We got 20 cars tonight. We're going to have a lot more than that next week. Really didn't expect to see that wreck the way it happened, but that little checkup, tires this old, I think if it was a restart, that bump, maybe the O2 could have handled it a little better, but on these old tires, as soon as he got sideways, see just how hard it was to keep it together. He couldn't quite do it. Thank everybody that's watching tonight. First broadcast we're doing with this league. Really excited to learn all about these guys. Evolve with the racing throughout the season. Got to start somewhere, and it starts tonight at the World Center of Racing. If you have been in here, really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps us out a lot. Let you know you guys are enjoying it. If you are new here, give us a follow. We do have some people in the chat. Looks like Jeff Marble was in here from earlier. Ray Rails. BB, good to see BB in here. One of the watchers, probably one of the biggest watchers in all these different streams. It looks like we also have Baron Labosco, I do believe it is. Good to see everybody out here in the chat. Who do you guys think is going to win tonight? Let's see if we can take a look at some of these drivers that took damage. We can find where it really starts. Remember, these next gens, you can fix them a lot better than you can some of these other cars. Austin Fitzgerald, he looks fine as well. Brian Conklin. A lot of these drivers actually don't look too damaged. This is where we're going to get some of the bad damage here further back. The one still on pit road. Remember, Sean Coltenbach got a little bit of an incident with himself early. Hit the wall. He's out of it. Danny Gutierrez on pit road. Richard Elliott. Let's go back up front, though, where the pace car is getting ready to pull off. We're going to go green with 21 to go. Who's going to win the Clash at Daytona? Jeffrey Souza takes the green flag. Everybody working their way up to speed. It takes about a lap to get these cars all the way up to speed. A couple people shuffling down to the bottom line as they dive into turn one. Jeffrey Souza still has the lead. He's going to have to really be careful on this backstretch. That's where the run can really start to happen from that outside line. No pressure yet. Will the 29 stick with him or jump to the top? I think it might start to be go time for some of these guys. The 25, Tracy Powers, he's had a little bit of a rough night. But here he is up here, going to try to erase it. And how about Jeff Marble? He was hanging back early. Here he is now in the top 3. That 15 alloy wheel repair specialist paint scheme. Further back, we see the 04 trying to link up with the 27 of Jeff Shutt. I think they're trying to be a little bit more careful pushing the turds. But the 34, Alan Pajari, he was up front quite a bit of the night. And he is ready to go right back up to the front. I always felt like you want to be either that first car to jump to the outside or the second one. If you can be the leader or the pusher, I think you're in the best position. If you start getting 4 to 5 cars back, I might be thinking about making another lane. The bottom, though, is wide open if they decide to take it. Let's watch the backstretch here, see if the 27 can get to the 34. Usually need that third car. And there it is. You see the little bump. And now they're really linked up. They're going to get going. Into turn 3. The 29 did jump to the outside. And I think he's going to get clear here down the front stretch. Carl Dotson making a move for the lead here. We'll see if it pays off. Will he drop to the bottom if he gets clear? Doesn't this time. 15 of Jeff Marble trying to keep the 4 out in front. Jeffrey Souza, your pole sitter tonight, back out in front for the moment. 19 laps to go, though. Time slowly winding down. The real race kind of starts with 10 to go. We haven't seen any 3 wide tonight. But once we get to the end of this thing, everybody will know it's go time. And Axel will start picking up. 34, Allen gets on the bumper, the 29. Now we see the 25. Tracy Powers, he jumps to the top. Still no challenge up front just yet, but the 29, oh, he's locked on right here. He's going to get a huge run down the front stretch. A lot of these guys able to take tires. Oh, he gets the 25 out of shape, saves it. That's going to put him 3 wide in the middle. That goes to 3. Nice move there by Todd Shiro. And now he's going to be the leader of that outside line. A lot of people starting to go up top. Boy, Tracy Powers had his hands full off turn 4. Alan Pajari said, hey, it is go time, man. We got to go now if we're going to get to the front. Down the back stretch. 18 laps to go. And I know we had that one big wreck, but besides that, give a tip of the hat to all these guys for keeping it really clean. You got to remember, incidents like that, it was just one little mistake. It wasn't a mistake from all the drivers that were in it. But part of these restrictor plate races, just one mistake can pile up the whole field. And it certainly did that there. Now we see Jeff Marble. He is putting it to the 4 car. Jeff, maybe one of the drivers going to wait until that outside really is able to get all the way up here before he thinks about making a move. But how about the 74 of Austin Fitzgerald? He's up here now. I haven't really mentioned Austin so far tonight. But let's give the driver out of Las Vegas a shout out. We see 3 wide further back with the 25. Tracy Powers, no one going to go with him. He is going to fall back. Earlier we saw that outside lane really dominant. Haven't seen it just yet. Going to take a couple guys, getting a little risky, really start pushing to get it going. And the 34 looks like he's ready to risk it all here. He's getting right to the bumper, the 34. Looks like we're going to see another 3 wide move from Joshua Watson. Doesn't get any help. Falls back in line behind the 04. Brian Watson. Got to think these two are probably going to work together. Maybe thought about a move there. Didn't get it together. You really kind of need that 3rd car to be behind the pusher. What I'm talking about with this is this outside lane. If that 04 can get up to the 34's bumper, that's going to give him a chance to lock on. But the 01 makes another 3 wide move here. This time he is going to get some help. Drops right in front of the 04. The 29, Carl Dotson, thought about going with him. Didn't get anybody behind him to go though. Oh, now he's up in the wall. Looks like he saves it. Got to be careful. If he'd done that about 10 laps ago, he would have been spun around. These new tires, though, that everybody put on, it's helping out a lot. 15 to go this time. If everybody starts to single file out, we will see all these drivers in the back continue to try to make their way to the front. But up front, sometimes they'll try to single file out, just tick off these laps, and we may not see the winning move happen until about lap 2 or 3 to go. Looks like Glory Pole Co. in the chat. Oh, we got one spun around on the backstretch. That's the 3. No caution. Todd Shiro, though, we got a couple through the grass. The 48's in at the 37. It's Brian Conklin. Tyler Marble. No cautions out. The 3's trying to get it going. The 37 does get it going. Let's see what happened here. I'm thinking this might have been a stack-up effect. See him already spun around here. Let's back it up. See if we can figure out what exactly goes wrong here. We'll watch from the blimp. The 3 on the outside. Oh, the 34 looks like he's going to try to get to his inside. 3's creeping down, and then he makes contact with the 48 on the inside. Guys just getting a little too close together. Spins the 3 out. The 48's going to try to sneak by. Can't do it. Gets tagged in the right rear by the 337 from the back. He gets spun out. So this collects 3 of these guys up front. But no caution, so we stay green. Let's go back live. That is going to end those guys' night without a caution. Let's go back up front, though. Jeffrey Souza still leading. This pack is a lot smaller, though, because of that. Not sure what happened to... We do have a second pack right here. And this could be a little bit of a race. These guys are really going to try to catch. They stay single file. And they can really start pushing. I think they can make that time back up. It looks like it's showing right now. The gap is 3.5 seconds. But it is starting to stretch out. This front pack also staying single file. I think they know they all want a good finish. They can pull away right here. They don't try to race each other just yet. Hate to see that, though. Took out a couple really good cars and split up the field. It was a strong pack. I think this separated a couple more drivers here. Yep, looks like Ryan Haynes, Tracy Powers got split up. Andrew Nieder, and then the 37, Brian Coughlin, Tyler Marble, and Todd Shiro. All such strong running drivers tonight. Danny Gutierrez currently a lap down. Richard Elliott and Sean, they're both on pit road. 12 laps to go. We are just going to take... Actually, I'm trying to see here what happened to 25. They were up there. I know a lot of guys had to scatter to miss that wreck, and the 25 and the 39, guess just caught up in that. But everybody up here lined up. And we are going to take one more quick commercial break. You won't miss a thing. We're going to go side by side. We'll be right back to finish it off here at Daytona. We are back live here at the World Center of Racing. Daytona International Speedway, 8 laps to go here at the Clash at Daytona in the FastTrack Sim Racing Cup Series. Your current leader is still Jeffrey Souza. We see an outside line starting to form up. And I do apologize for taking a break with so little laps to go. Normally I would not do that. I did have to attend to something that was pretty urgent. Split second, so thank you guys for working with me through it. Oh, we're going to see a little bit of 3-wide action for just a second. They sort it back out. One thing to note, that back pack, it was stretched back out to 5 seconds, so this front group had pulled away from that second pack being led by Alan Pajari. It may start to close now. No, unfortunately, it is at 7 seconds. Not running very tight back right there, but I'll tell you who I want to put my money on right here. I'm going to put it on Jeff Marble. He has been locked onto the back bumper of this 4, and I think he is just waiting to that last lap off turn 4 maybe on the backstretch. I think he's going to make a move. That's why I like coming up on some lap cars here, though. These three are going to play a factor because they will tag right onto the back of this pack. And they're going to have a say in who wins this thing. 6 laps to go, though. This front group of 3 is trying to make a gap. Some of the other guys that were up here, everybody catching back on. And this pack of what was 7 to 8 cars going to add on a couple more. If you're just tuning in, we're going to have 5 laps to go next time. You don't want to miss it. Who's going to get the win here at Daytona? Jeffrey Souza still leading. He's been leading since we took the green. Now we see a move further back. That's Joshua Watson. Going to get help from Brian Watson in the 04. These two are going to need help from one more car, I think. They can't really tandem with each other unless they can get help from one more car. But the 15 of Jeff Marble, when he gets to the back bumper of the 4, he just looks so smooth on it. We see the 08. That is a lap car. Doesn't care. Danny Gutierrez wants a piece of the action here. He's going to jump up to this top lane. Try to get a lap back. Austin Fitzgerald currently 3rd. What can he do in that 74? Does he try to make the move on Jeff Marble before Jeff can do it himself? Starting to run out of time if you're in the back of this pack. A lot of things can happen on the last lap. And remember, if we make it to that last lap, even if they all pile up, no caution. They will finish it off. Certainly don't want to see that. But the way with this going right now, I think we could be in for a heck of a photo finish. That top lane starting to slowly creep up. The more progress they make, the more takers I think we're going to see. But every time they get up there, that 15 car just locks onto the back of the 4. They really just haven't found a way to get up there on that outside just yet. Earlier, it was the opposite. The outside was dominant. The inside really couldn't get it figured out. We will take a look one more time at the rest of the field before we keep it up here. We do have 13 cars on the lead lap. Tracy Powers, the last of it. He's drafting with Ryan Haynes. Carl Dotson up here in the second pack. Scott Glasso, Glenn Grigsby, and Alan Pajari. And then we have the main pack up here. Jeff Marble has taken the lead. Oh no, I missed it for just a split second. Jump to the outside. Got a push from the 08, and now he takes it over from Jeffrey Souza. I thought maybe Jeff would wait till the last lap, decides better of it, and this 08 is kind of acting as a pick for the 01. I think he's going to have to try to get that 08 out in front to drop down to the low line. If he's going to have any chance at it, as they finish, the 01 wouldn't be able to grab the lead. Who's going to take it 3 wide? I think if the 01 goes, he's going to get help from Brian Watson. We will be coming to 2 laps to go next time. Oh, that outside got a big run. The 01's trying to get clear as well. Can't quite do it. He does get the 08 clear. What does he decide to do in the top? Oh, the 08 decided not to drop down. That might have made the 01 a little bit upset. And he might have to think about going 3 wide here if they're going to take the lead. I don't know, but they are coming to 2 to go this time. Jeffrey Souza still pushing on Jeff Marble. Joshua Watson able to get the 08 clear again. Will he drop down this time? He doesn't. He stays up top. Everybody getting a little bit more antsy all of a sudden. We're not seeing the gaps that we saw earlier. This pack is tight. You see these cars dancing all around. Big push this time from the 01. He's going to get them both clear this time. Will the 01 decide to drop low? Your new leader is Joshua Watson. What is he going to do here? Jeff Marble, no help right now on the bottom. Now the 4 finds his bumper. Out of turn 4, we are coming to the white flag this time. One more time around. Who's going to win the Clash at Daytona? All of a sudden, this bottom lane has started to fall apart. The top showing dominance right now. The 04, will he make a move? How about the 27, Jeff Shutt? What does he do? He would have Jeff Marble pushing him. Jeff been a strong pusher all night. If you're going to make a move, you got to think about making it soon here. Who's going to wait till off turn 4? The 72 is that's Johnny. He's made his way back up here. He might have a chance of this thing. Ooh, on the bottom, it's not over yet. The 4 and the 15 have locked on. They're not going to let go until the finish. Up top, though, the 01 still has the advantage with the 08 in front. That is a lap car. The 27 now drops down low. Jeff Shutt going to try to get a run. One more push. Out of turn 4 for the final time. They're wrecking out back to the line, though. The 01 drops low. No contest from behind. Joshua Watson wins at Daytona. He rode the top lane behind a lap car for the last couple laps, dropped down at the end just to make sure he didn't have to hold anybody off, but Joshua Watson gets the win. In second was Brian Watson, who helped him get up there, stuck with him until the end. What a finish in the first preseason race. The Clash at Daytona never disappoints. Joshua Watson gets the victory, gets a nice shot there from the 04. I think we might see some dual victory burnouts here. And they used that lap car perfectly as a pick. Remember when we talked about earlier how important it is when you link up with another car, if you do it right, you can really tandem and make a lot of progress. And they did that. The 01 didn't worry about trying to go 3 wide around the 08. Instead, he just pushed the 08, pushed him and himself all the way out in front of Jeff Marble and a bunch of other guys. Jeff maybe thinking he made his move too soon. But Joshua Watson does take the victory tonight. And if what we saw tonight is any indication of what we're going to see this season, we are going to be in for a good one. Let's take a look at your race results. While Joshua's doing his burnout, we will hear from him in just a couple minutes. First place, though, did go to Joshua Watson. Second is going to go to Brian Watson. Third, Jeff Shutt. Fourth is going to be Johnny. Fifth, Austin Fitzgerald. Sixth, Jeff Marble. Seventh, Alan Pajari. Eighth is going to be Glenn Grigsby. Ninth, Carl Dodson. 10th, Scott Glasso. 11th is going to be Jeffrey Souza. 12th, Ryan Haynes. 13th, Tracy Powers. 14th, Tyler Marble. 15th, Brian Conklin. 16th, Andrew Niedert. 17th, Todd Shiro. 18th, Danny Gutierrez. And finishing off the field in 19th, Richard Elliott. And 20th, Sean Koltenbach, who did have issues early, important to note. We are going to go find your top 3 to get some interviews. Stick with us. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have found at least your top 2 for now. We're going to try to find Jeff Shutt, but we're going to start with your race winner tonight, Joshua Watson. Joshua, you got a copy?
Yes, I got you, bud.
Well, man, you played it perfectly there at the end. You used the lap car. We were talking about how much you can push when you link up in these cars and how much progress you can make. You did that, and you won with pretty much no contest. How'd you get it done tonight?
It's all to my team, Richard and my brother Brian behind me, and Danny for staying with us there at the end up high. I know he got caught up in that one wreck. Unfortunately, we had a little bobble up front, and Richard and Danny got involved in it and whatnot, which is unfortunate. But it's winning here at this track is a total team effort. And to be able to get 4 cars to come up through like we were and kind of control the pace and control the high line early on like we were able to is what you got to be able to do here. And it's always nice to have those trusted teammates that want to work with you and we're all selfless in the fact that we just want the team up there to win, and it doesn't matter which one of us wins. We just are able to get in a good rhythm and keep it going.
All right, and how is getting in that rhythm going to help you guys next week when we head to Daytona for the biggest race of the season?
Oh, it's gonna be huge. Just the track time alone to be able to get that real race-like experience and drafting and being around not only your teammates but other drivers to know what they're gonna do and how the car is gonna react in bigger packs. You know, as I tell my guys all the time, you could practice two, three, four cars all you want, but you won't know what that car does until you get in a big pack. And to be able to come out of here with, a 1-2 and have all four cars up front at one point in this race is a big, confidence booster in the team going into next week and then into the 500. Few things we got to iron out, but I think overall, team wise, we're really gelling together really well and um, looking forward to it.
All right, and
I'm on.
before we let you go, is there anyone that you want to thank or shout out tonight?
Uh, as always, my family, all my kids, my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, Erin. Without their support, believe it or not, it's everybody thinks this may be a video game, but iRacing can be a way of life sometimes as far as getting on and working on setups and everything. So just to have their understanding and support behind it, I got to thank all my teammates, Ryko for the setups, Glasgow, BFD, our other teammate that's not able to race with us on Mondays because he works, but Adrian Watts, he's another teammate of ours that works a lot with us. So definitely a big shout out to all the teammates and everybody at JBR that puts their heart and soul into these races and especially the plate races. So it's nice to be able to be one help representing the team and getting us all up there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your winner tonight at the Clash, Joshua Watson. And now,
Also like to thank. Sorry, I
oh,
also
go
like to
ahead,
thank
man.
Jeff.
Go ahead. Let us know.
Also like to thank Jeff and Tyler for putting on the league and you for broadcasting. It's awesome that they were able to get a broadcast this year and to be back with them and allowing us to run in their league is quite awesome. So um, can't go without thanking them and you for putting it on. So thank you.
Absolutely, man. You're welcome. Exciting racing to watch tonight from your first place finisher, Joshua Watson. Now, we're going to talk to the man who came in second, Brian Watson. Brian, you got a copy?
I do. Hey.
All right. Well, Brian, you were part of the reason your teammate ended up getting the win. You pushed him up there. What were you thinking there about the last 3 laps? Did you ever think you were going to make a move on your teammate, or were you committed to staying behind him?
Sometimes if I had the chance, hate to lie, not gonna lie, I always think about dipping down to my brother and try to steal that win from him. But at the end of the day, JBR came back with a top 1-2 finish. Sucks from our other teammates that got involved in the earlier wreck, but it's always a teammate or a team effort here.
Well, that team effort is certainly going to help you guys next week in Daytona. Before we let you go, man, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out tonight?
Just my family, my brother Josh, Richard, the other member Danny, Jeff, and everybody for the league, just to let us run in their league and have a little fun. Yeah.
All right, congratulations. That is your second place finisher tonight, Brian Watson in the 04 car. And now we're going to talk to third place finisher, Jeff Shutt. Jeff, you got a copy?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me turn it down just a little bit. Well, Jeff, not quite the win tonight, but a podium finish either way. That's a good start to the season. How'd you get a third place finish tonight?
I just held it down and didn't let up for a second. But, yeah, I had my team with no excuses behind me and thought we were going to get a little momentum there for the last finish. But overall, pretty decent start to the season.
It was a decent start indeed. Is there anyone you want to thank or shout out tonight before we let you go?
My grandson's watching, so Aiden, that one's for you. We'll see if we can win some this season.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's your third place finisher, Jeff Shutt in the 27 car. All right, and that is just about going to wrap up the broadcast for us tonight. But let's go over here and check out, make sure we have. Yes, we do have another stream coming up right after this for anybody that is just tuning in general. It is going to be the start of Tuesday Night Thunder over at RMR Money Racing. Go check that out. That broadcast should be going up about 10:25, but it's probably going to actually go up a bit earlier now. It's a great night of racing. Let me just take off this. We did have a couple little hiccups along the way, a couple things that will get better as the season. You got to remember, tonight is the first night with this group of guys. Great group of guys, great racing, great crowd tonight. Thank you to everybody that came out. If you liked what you saw, give us a like. And if you're new here, make sure you follow. You can watch this series every Monday, and it's going to start with the Daytona 250 next week. That's about all I have for tonight. One more thank you to everyone for coming out, and we will see you next time.